Today in the Republican Party is the party that protects predators. I have two stories for you. Now, I'm going to have to word this a lot more carefully than I worded yesterday's video about a prominent Christian conservative activist who worked for a Get Out the Vote nonprofit who pled guilty to 2 counts of CSAM. Because I tried to upload that video to YouTube and they would not allow it to be published. I had to heavily edit it, and even so, I was only allowed to upload it if I did not monetize it. Because you can post a lot of really horrific, sexist, transphobic, right-wing, hateful shit on YouTube. But if you try to talk factually about the things that Republican men do to women and girls, YouTube doesn't like it. So I'm going to try and be a little bit more careful in my wording here. First is Fort Pierce, Florida City Commissioner James Taylor, who was arrested on July 24th and charged with 6 counts of transmission of harmful material to a minor via electronic equipment, transfer or display of obscenity to a minor, and harmful communication with a minor. He's also charged with 4 counts of lewd computer solicitation of a child, 2 counts of solicitation or transmission of CSAM by electronic device, and more. All told, he is facing 24 felony charges. Now, city commissioner is a nonpartisan position in Fort Pierce, but Taylor is a lifelong Republican. And I'm going to take the opportunity here to once again go off on the media for the way that they adultify the child victims of men in the press. A couple of months ago, I unloaded on MSNBC legal expert Andrew Weissman for calling girl victims underage women. And today I'm going to do it here for the way this story is being covered. The title of the article by Will Greenlee, this is what I think of you, Will Greenlee, City Commissioner arrested after alleged inappropriate relationship with teen girl. She was 12 years old when he started texting her and 13 when she was arrested. There's no such thing as an inappropriate relationship. He groomed and victimized a child. The way that media in this country, no matter if they're right-leaning or left-leaning, chooses to continually adultify child victims of adult men, somehow minimize the harm of what these men are doing when they prey on little kids, it fucking enrages me. Let's use accurate descriptions. I know that I have to kind of be careful what I'm saying in this video so that I can actually publish it, but for fuck's sake. There's no such thing as underage women, and this 12-year-old girl didn't have a relationship with a 38-year-old man. He groomed and abused her. Excuse me, allegedly. He's got 24 counts related to grooming and abusing her. Okay, that's one Republican down and another one to go, and I will get to his story in just a second. Okay, that is one Republican down for the day and another one to go. I'm sure there will be many more in the upcoming weeks and months, because the GOP is a party that protects and promotes predators. Right? This is something a lot of us have known for a long time. Every accusation is a confession. They are obsessed with trans women. They're obsessed with drag queens. But it's not those folks who end up getting arrested for diddling kids. It's not those folks who end up getting arrested for being sex pests. No, it's Republican Christian men. Taylor from that last story, yeah, he's a Baptist. Evangelical Christianity is incredibly repressive. There is a hyper focus on purity. There is a hyper sexualization of children. There is so much shame and repression within that community. It is no wonder so many men there are so fucked up about their sexuality, and that so many men in that subculture become predators. I think you need only look at deeply closeted Speaker of the House Mike Johnson and how he has to text his minor son every time he jerks off because they're accountability partners, and he thinks that's normal. He thinks that's moral, upstanding behavior. Men in that culture are taught to objectify little girls. They are taught to hypersexualize little girls, that every little girl is a temptation. After all, that's why they have to wear modest clothing. So that they don't defraud adult men. The incredibly repressive way that evangelical Americans are taught to interface with their own sexuality, their very limited ability to have any kind of healthy sexual expression, creates an environment that creates predators. I mean, we are looking at folks who support Project 2025 wanting to make all corn illegal, wanting to make spicy romance novels a crime to write or possess. They want your favorite romance author. They want Allie Hazelwood to do 10 years in prison for every book she's written. They want Teddy Hamilton to do 10 years in prison for every book he's narrated. Those folks who want to control your sexuality, not only like what kinds of adult things you enjoy that harm nobody, but also like who you can love, who you can be with, what you do in the bedroom behind closed doors that are your own fucking business. They want to control all of that because it's an absolute projection, because at the same time they are controlling you, they are off victimizing women and girls and boys as well. So as long as we're talking about MAGA Republicans wanting to control what you, a consenting adult, do with your own time with other consenting adults, and also how they are obsessed with indoctrinating and controlling children, especially how they want to control and have access to your children, let's look to the Oklahoman. A story out on July 25th about how Ryan Walters, who is the state school's superintendent, and let's remember that Oklahoma is a state where they are trying as hard as they can to implement Project 2025, to test out the more awful elements of Project 2025, see how they fly down there and if they can expand them to the rest of the country. Despite the fact that there are a lot of progressives in Oklahoma, it is a heavily gerrymandered state, and there are a lot of MAGA down there. So Ryan Walters has been this like poster child for a clean-cut, blonde Christian dude who wants to get the 10 Commandments put in every school in Oklahoma. Right? Walters is the Christo-fascist POS who back in 2024 ordered that all Oklahoma schools must incorporate the Bible and the 10 Commandments into their curriculum. This dude wanted to force his religion on the children of Oklahoma. He decreed that the Bible must be a part of the curriculum for students in 5th through 12th grades. So allegedly, this past week, during an executive session of the Oklahoma State Board of Education, Ryan Walters is accused of watching adult material with unclothed women. So 2 members of the board said that they were stunned by what they saw on Walters' monitor during the meeting. Board member Becky Carson said the images caught her eye during the meeting. I was like, those are naked women, she said. And then I was like, no, wait a minute. Those aren't naked. Surely those aren't naked women. Something is playing a trick on my eye. Maybe they just have tan bodysuits. This is really bizarre. She then went on to describe how she could see the women walking across the screen and they were completely nude. She could see all parts of their anatomy. She said she got her stern classroom teacher / mom voice on and said, "What am I watching? Turn that off now." The board members said that Walters did not apologize or offer any explanation. He turned the TV off after being alerted to the issue, and the session continued. But there's now an investigation as to why the superintendent of schools had a video of naked women playing in his own office. Walters spit back with a very Trump-like response to the Oklahoman breaking this story. Any number of people had access to those offices. You have a hostile board who will say and do anything except tell the truth. And now the Wokelahoman is reporting on an alleged random TV cable image. Rock solid truth in journalism. Literally, that reads like a Truth Social post. So he's basically accusing the other board members of lying or concocting, fabricating the situation, or like putting the adult material on the TV and like setting him up. Is that what he's saying? He went on to describe it as a politically motivated attack. I mean, interestingly, he's calling this fabricated. He says it's a falsehood. He said that he's being set up. That sounds a lot like when Donald Trump said that when E. Jean Carroll sued him and he was found liable for sexual assault, that it was a hoax, that it was a witch hunt. But I think there will be a lot more of these stories in the coming days because we know that Republicans are a party of repression, a party of fascism, a party that creates and protects and supports predators. This is who they are, and this is who they have been for a long time. They try to say that they are the family values party, the morally upstanding Christian party, and yet time and time again, from Pete Hegseth to Matt Gaetz, from James Taylor to Ryan Walters, we see that for some reason, something about Republican ideology, something about the culture, something about the social expectations and repression, something about the desire for social control and corruption creates, promotes, and protects predators.